The English is a more patient opening, where white plays c4 to control the d5 square without committing a central pawn. e5 controls the d4 and f4 squares and allows the queen and dark-squared bishop to develop. g3 prepares to fianchetto the light-squared bishop on g2, where it will sit on the long diagonal, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Your fianchettoed bishop puts strong pressure on the diagonal. This prepares the bishop for development. You exchange pieces of equal value. Recaptures, developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. This defends the attacked pawn. Castling kingside helps to complete your development. Textbook play so far. This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center. The bishop moves forward into the game. Solid choice in the opening. This prepares your bishop for development. Castling to the same side of the board is a more cautious approach. That fianchettoed bishop is putting pressure on the diagonal. Black develops the bishop and attacks the center. You develop a rook, which means you move it from its starting position. A solid choice. You strike at the center, fighting for space. The game was close to balanced, but now black is worse. You are threatening to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. That was a fair trade. This overlooks an opportunity to recapture a piece. Nice find! You found the only move in this position. Smart move, reinforcing your knight with extra protection. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. Great use of a discovered attack to win material. This moves the queen to safety. Nice, you capture a vulnerable pawn, winning material after all trades are completed. Recaptures. Recapturing. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. You kicked your opponent's piece from that square. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. You are threatening to tactically win a queen. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a queen. Good job, that's what I would have played too. White was better off, but now their position is winning. There was only one good move and you found it. You've moved your piece to a powerful square. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. You found the right idea by sacrificing your bishop. This wins a queen. Recaptures. You found a way to pin the queen to the king. A very strong play. You offered your opponent an opportunity to exchange pieces of equal value. This captures a rook that checked the king. You take back. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. This steps away from the checking queen. The only move, and you found it. The capture was finally made. Takes back. Yes, this is the way. This steps away from the checking queen. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. Right on target. You are threatening to checkmate the king. This activates the king in the endgame by getting it off of the back rank. Passed pawns have a clear path to promotion. This evades the check from the queen. Very good choice. This defends the attacked bishop. This moves your queen to a safer square. This steps away from the checking queen. Nice, definitely the right move. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. A good choice to move your threatened queen. This evades the check from the queen. Good job, that's what I would have played too. This steps away from the checking queen. Good job stepping in to defend your bishop. This evades the check from the queen. Yes, this is the way. This steps away from the checking queen. Good job defending that bishop. This evades the check from the queen. This move wins a bishop. This evades the check from the bishop. You won a bishop for free. One of the best moves. Nice, definitely the right move. This moves the knight to safety. You found a safer square for your bishop. A solid choice. This move wins a pawn. This move puts the rook on a safer square. You move the bishop to a better square. This steps away from the checking bishop. Good job, that's what I would have played too. This evades the check from the queen. This move wins a knight. This steps away from the checking queen. Yes, this is the way. This evades the check from the queen. That knight was yours for the taking. A very strong play. You move your bishop to a better place. This leads to losing a rook. This is the way to win material. This steps away from the checking queen. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. This permits the opponent to force eventual checkmate. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a free pawn. You have a clear path to a forced checkmate. Just find the right moves. This is the strongest option. Your move gets closer to checkmate. This move wins a rook. Very precise. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. This evades the check from the queen. Congrats on your win.